I don't feel like he genuinely loves her. I wanted passion. I wanted vigor. Don't take him from me. And now he's just a pissed little boy. I'm upset about it. I'm clearly upset about it. Nah. Heyo guys, what's crack-a-lackin'? I hope you're doing well per usual. This week, honestly, I'm not in the mood to read. I'm in a massive book slump, so I figured we'll do a watch vlog. Okay, everyone's been doing these, right? But I figured I'd watch the second half of Bridgerton. I already watched the first half. I didn't really talk much, at least not on my YouTube channel about it, but I didn't like it. I'm like a lot of other people and just don't find Colin attractive. Like, he's a good looking man, but I just don't like the way that he acts. You know, it's just not my thing. I've never been a Pollen girl. I want Penelope to have her happily ever after, but Colin's not really my guy. So I figured I'd watch the second half, and then after each episode, I'll kind of just give you my thoughts and my updates. To give you a quick recap of the first half and what my thoughts were with that, you guys obviously probably know what happened in the first half. The end of the fourth episode, they're freaking engaged, which, what? Honestly, just to kind of sum up what my thoughts were in the first half of this felt exceptionally rushed. It did not feel romantic. And overall, I just kind of felt that Colin doesn't actually love her or might not even necessarily be attracted to her. And the reason why I say this is because to me, the impression that I got out of all of this is that he just saw her as his sister's friend and saw her as a friend up until he started having sexual dreams. So I kind of just felt like he's in this stance or in this mindscape. Yeah, he's in this mindscape of essentially being like, oh, I just really want to bang her. And then it would be like a one and done. Like, I got that out of my system. That's the impression I got. I don't feel romance. I don't feel like he genuinely loves her. It feels like it's a spur of the moment, just kind of he's in heat. Okay, that's what I got. And then at the end of it, they're just engaged. And there's no big moment. Like, I know he says his thing at the end of the fourth episode where that, I guess, is supposed to be his sweet thing. But you know how the other seasons, they all had their kind of slogans, the I burn for you, the you're the bane of my existence, and that object of all my desires, that sort of thing. I don't feel like we got one of those quotes, to be honest. So all around, it just felt rushed, doesn't feel like romance, and also it feels like there's a lot of side quests, if that makes sense. There's a lot of just like side character action and not a lot of Colin and Penelope. So I'm just kind of like, And then honestly, if I'm being like truly honest, I know a lot of other people feel this, but the guy that she was potentially going to marry, Mr. Blonde Bearded Man who loves nature and is a vegan or vegetarian at the very least, I liked him better. They have better chemistry, don't they? Like, honestly, they'd also be like a better fit. I honestly feel like Colin is kind of like, how do I word this? Colin feels like a novelty for Penelope to me. It doesn't feel like it would be a genuine, real romance, the person that she belongs with. Colin's almost like that really popular kid in high school, but you can tell like he's not really going to go anywhere in life, so he can't really offer you a lot of things. It's just kind of a spur of the moment attraction where you're going to have like this quick hit of dopamine, and then after that, you're basically just going to be like sad and lonely. That's the vibe I get from Colin, okay? He's a novelty piece. He's your best friend's brother who goes away, who's hot. He comes back, all the ladies want him, but there's no substance, okay? Colin lacks substance for me. Anyways, if you like Colin, I'm sorry. But let's just get to it. Let me go watch the episode, the first one, and then we'll chat again, okay? Okay. Episode 5. Recap. I have a couple things. Number one, this season feels like clickbait, you guys. I know I'm not the only one that's not jiving with this season. I've purposely kind of stayed away from people's opinions. I know April's, because she did her video for like the first set, which you guys should totally watch. But this whole thing, like all of the marketing, everything leading up to this season, there was so much hype and we're so excited. I was even excited, even though like I really wanted Benedict's story. That's who I want. I want Benedict all day, every day. But I was still excited to watch this. I wanted to love it. I wanted to enjoy it. But this all just feels rushed, and it feels not genuine. And all of the lead up with, oh, it's going to be so hot and heavy. Oh, just wait until we get until the carriage scene, which was our first part. And then wait till we get to the mirror scene, which was this episode. It just is lacking. Honestly, it's really just lacking. I don't even know how to describe what that scene was like for me. I was cringing a lot. It felt like, I don't know, not something necessarily you're not supposed to see it. I don't know how to explain this very well, but it just felt awkward. Something didn't feel, I didn't feel passion. I didn't feel love. It just felt acted. I guess it felt like I could see the acting. I didn't feel the chemistry. I didn't feel that passion. I didn't feel like Colin finally coming to that understanding of how much he's in love with her and how much he wants her. It just, I don't know. It still felt like pining, and still kind of felt like Colin is in a lustful haze, and once he's, one and done, he'd be good. I still got that impression even in the intimate scene. So that's lacking. And there was all that stuff about how the frickin' chaise lounge broke the leg. Where? Honestly, where? I honestly was hoping that for Penelope. I wanted this for Penelope. I wanted something more hot and heavy. Maybe it started intimate, or maybe it even started hot and heavy and went into intimate. I was thinking that it would kind of fade into one another, but I wanted there to be this moment where it was just this overwhelming, I need you, I want you, I can't believe that I haven't had you in my life this whole time. You've been right there at the edge of my fingertips, but I never grasped you. I wanted passion. I wanted vigor. That's what I thought I was gonna get in all of the marketing, but it was that. And then also it felt like there was a lot of side quests. And then also just me and my brain being nuts. When we first opened the episode and they're coming in and they're telling his mom that they got engaged, weren't Francesca and her and Eloise, weren't they still at the party when Penelope and Colin left? Right? Am I right? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. But I feel that I was distracted by that. Anyways, that's really a side dialogue that's very much not important. But anyways, back to those side quests, as I was talking about. It feels like we're not getting a lot of Colin and Penelope time. And it should be their season, but there's so much going on. We're talking about Francesca's story, and then we're talking about, oh God, I can't remember their names. Crap. The bartender, they have the club, and now they're titled. Can't freaking remember their names right now, but we have them going on, and then there's this whole Eloise and Cressida Kappa. Kappa is kind of having her new sort of moment, and then we're getting, I feel a decent amount of time on Benedict and this blonde-haired chick. I don't like her. Okay, she's not for me, and not for Benedict, but there's so many side stories going on that I feel like it's distracting and causing this rush. So, that being said, this was probably not coherent. This first episode kind of upset me a lot because I feel like I got gypped with the clickbaitiness, got distracted by the fact that mom and the sister shouldn't have been home yet. I'm positive they were still at the party. And then there's all these other peeps. Oh, and then I didn't even talk about the big main thing. This really shows you how the show's going for me. Lady Whistledown's revealed, and it's Cressida Kappa. Not really. I know that, not really. Don't worry. But she says it because she needs to save herself. So clearly Cressida is getting more attention, and she's going to be a main character. And I have a feeling the in-between season, because I think season 4 of Bridgerton from the books is probably going to be Benedict, but we're probably going to have another in-between season like we did with Queen Charlotte, which was bitchin' and was the best season out of all of Bridgerton. I'm sorry, but it was. Had the most depth, and we were focused on them. But I'm betting you Cressida is going to be the next season. She's going to be the in-between. I'm calling it now, okay? I'm calling it now. Cheers on my milk. Anywho, that again, was probably not coherent, but I'm going to go back and watch the next episode. But if I'm being honest, If I didn't, I'd be okay. I'm not jonesing. I don't want to binge. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking. Bye. So, I'm still just kind of meh, man. It ended right at the part where Colin finally does figure out that Penelope is Whistledown, but I don't even remember most of the episode, if I'm being honest, and that was only an hour long. Like, I'm already forgetting everything. It's just the same stuff I've already mentioned. I don't feel the chemistry between Penelope and Colin. It feels fake. There's so many side quests, all these side stories. I forgot to mention that the mom also has a side story. So Francesca has a side story, Benedict has a side story, Cressida has a side story, and the mom has a side story. And then there's also, if you include the other little ones, you have the, I just watched the damn episode. Still can't remember their name. Damn it! The former club owners, they also have a story. I just don't get it. Like, I honestly don't understand. Netflix knew, and Shonda Rhimes, they knew that people were waiting for the Whistledown season when Penelope was finally going to be unveiled and she'd finally be able to have the man that she's been pining for. I don't get why they're slamming so many in. I have my speculation. I think it's because I've known this about Netflix for a couple years, but I remember reading something way back that Netflix, they never really do full-on seasons to completion. Oftentimes, one show that they do makes it to 2 to 3 seasons, and then they typically cap it and they end it. And I think that has to do with paying the actors, because the longer that they're there, the more that the show actually gets worked up to, and society just ends up loving, the more money the actors can ask for. So I'm wondering if Bridgerton likely won't go to completion with all of the books that we've seen, so they're slamming a bunch of storylines in. You know, I just don't get it. So we're going into the next episode, which is what? 3? There's 2 more episodes left. Man, Francesca too. Like, I don't know. And Benedict. I have to say this. What was that finger move in the jelly, dude? Like, literally, this whole season, we've been, like, talking about that marketing again, like I said last time. It's really been hyped up that this is, like, super sexy and, like, so sexual and, like, oh my god, rawr. But the craziest freaking thing that has happened, the wildest, dirtiest thing, has been Benedict doing the thing to the jelly with the fingers and the stuff, and wow, like, that's been the hottest part. I literally was, like, snapped back. I was like, what just happened? So that's been the most exciting thing for me, basically, is what I'm getting at. But am I going to continue on? I'm working on stuff. That's why my living room looks like an absolute mess. I'm working on making some cushions. But yeah, still not happy. Anyways, let's see what happens. Oh, lastly, sorry, chaos. It's me, guys. Cressida, you have to respect all the different, like, her hair, her outfits, all the craziness going on. I think it's supposed to be, like, because there's a lot of things that are referencing butterflies and wings. So I think that they're using the outfits to kind of show that her transformation, that she's kind of coming into herself, maybe, or she's coming out of her shell, if you will, and she's going to be this great big butterfly, but, like, she was just in this red dress, so she's almost like a demon butterfly. I don't know. No, it's yeah. Anyways, it's late, that's why the lighting's terrible, but I'll see you later, homies. Check you in a bit. If they make him fucking gay, I'm gonna lose my shit. Okay, guys, we're talking about the end. I don't care. This is gonna go out of order. Benedict's my boy. If next season, if they turn his lady into a guy, I'm gonna be pissed. I don't care if we got gay storylines, okay? That's awesome. Let's represent. Not Benedict, though. Okay? Benedict's mine. I need Benedict. And maybe you guys are thinking that this is just, like, this is a threesome. He's just showing that he's open. And does it technically make sense out of all of them? Yeah, because they already showed him, like, being into, like, the orgy parties in the previous seasons. So, yeah, I get it. He's open-minded. He's an artist. He's creative. Whatever. I get it. Not Benedict. Okay? That's my fucking boy. You don't take him from me. I've been waiting for him. Lots of us have been waiting for his season. Please don't do that to me. It's not the same. It's just not the same, okay? I don't know. What else do I need to say about this episode? They got married. Okay. Oh, I'll say this. Their, like, kind of argument of, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right because Colin had mentioned the thing to Eloise saying, like, oh, now I don't actually feel as harshly against Lady Whistledown when he still didn't know it was Penelope. But this episode kind of proves that that's a big fat lie. Okay? Because he's just kind of been, like, he's really not for it. Like, at all. And he's telling her at every single turn that she needs to stop. Would it make sense for the family? Would it be better for the family? Yeah, I get it. But he just talked about how he didn't feel as harshly about Lady Whistledown because he found his true love. And then he finds out that his true love is Lady Whistledown, and now he's just a pissed little boy. I'm upset about it. I'm clearly upset about it. I'm more upset about Benedict. Okay? Screw Colin and Penelope. Who cares? Benedict. Okay? I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say. I don't think there's much more. Is there? I don't remember most of the episode. I just remember the end of it now because I'm so upset. The rest of it, I think I was bored. I don't know. But no. Okay? Just... nah. I think that's all I have to say. Not Benedict. One more episode. Oh, I will say this about Benedict, though. Okay, sorry, yeah. It's all about Benedict. Screw Colin and Penelope. I have an idea, or I had an idea, up until the end of this episode where all of a sudden he started kissing the guy. Is the guy good looking? Yeah, total props for Benedict. But please let it be a lady when it's his season. I need it. I need to see myself. You know, I need it. I just fucking need it. But anyways, what I was going to actually say. Totally forgot what I was about to say. Oh. So, you know the maid that keeps popping up? They've never popped up before. They never have the maids really pop up in the previous seasons. But it's happened twice now with the same chick. And I feel like they're doing what they did in Mad Men when they first introduced Megan, where she just kind of pops up here and there so you know her face, but she doesn't really have any meaningful lines yet. But then she becomes like a really important character later on. I'm hoping that that's for Benedict, because Benedict is the one that falls in love with the maid in the Cinderella story, all that jazz, okay? Right? Stick with me here. I know I'm talking fast. But she pops up first when she's, like, bringing over the sweets in, like, episode 1, and there's really no reason for her to have that line, so I feel like they're distinguishing her. And so she has a talking role, we see her face. Then she actually ends up handing Benedict something, and she's looking him directly in the eye. She's not afraid to look him in the eye. Hopefully because they have a connection. And she feels so powerful, and she's just like, oh, he's so cute, and she wants to be with him later. Please let it be her. Okay? Please. I need it. Anyways. Last freaking episode, y'all. Last episode. I'm doing it tomorrow because I'm tired, and I'm upset, and it's late, and yeah. Anyways, toodaloo. Okay, that's really all I have to say. I have a couple things, I think, for the last episode. There was some things that popped up in my head, but I don't even remember them at the moment. But we'll see as we go as I start talking. But I'm just kind of meh. You know, like ending it. I don't feel like any sort of completion. I'm not really excited. I'm just kind of numb, I guess. There wasn't any big moment for me that felt like, oh, wow, or I felt highly emotional through any part, even when it was like the climax and her getting revealed to everybody. That's actually one thing that just popped in my head. I thought it was kind of weird that when she outs herself in front of everybody, everyone's as cool as a cucumber. Okay, we release some butterflies and everybody's okay. With all the stuff that has gone down, even with the speech that she just gave, how we have seen the Ton portrayed before, and how us as historical romance readers know of the Ton, people would be pissy. Stuff would be happening. The butterflies wouldn't distract them. Maybe a couple of them. not all of them. So that was a little weird. I will say the stuff that I did like, because I feel like I've just been nagging this the whole time, is I feel like this season was so much more not really about like falling in love, because I felt, like I've said before, the chemistry is just not there and it doesn't feel like romance to me. I can feel the acting. But I feel like with all the side stories, this almost feels more like a focus on platonic sort of love. The best part of this was really like Eloise and Penelope coming back together and finding their friendship again. And then also I actually really appreciated Lady Featherington and Penelope coming together and having that mother-daughter love and understanding of one another and recognizing the similarities amongst one another, recognizing our weaknesses, recognizing our strengths. Lady Featherington's actually, she's been my favorite character through the whole thing. But I appreciated those things. I think those things were really, really great. I am happy Benedict, after the stuff that has gone down, we saw his scene, whatever, okay? But honestly, I feel like after some of the stuff that he said within his scene, I feel fine. We're still going to have our Benedict story, our Cinderella story, which I am predicting already, based off of, it has to be happening. The next, well, I don't know if it necessarily would be the next, but it said the Masquerade Ball next year. Eloise mentioned that. That's Benedict's story. So guaranteed in this next season of The Ton, it will be about Benedict. Can there be an in-between story? Yeah, and it apparently can go a lot of different ways. Another thing's popping in my mind now that's coming up. The 3 different ways that it could be. Eloise, Francesca, because apparently the story that we got really isn't anything, because she's like totally jonesing after Michaela. You could see it in the look. That's where that whole sentence with her and her mom's describing like how she couldn't even talk, she couldn't even get her name out. And then Francesca literally does that. So it's literal foreshadowing. And I'm going to be straight with you. Michaela's a babe. Okay? She's stunning. I get it, Francesca. But now I feel bad for like Kilmartin and the sort of love that she had with him, because I thought it was a nice speech that Mommy Bridgerton gave about love doesn't always have to like hit you with a bow and arrow. It's not always Cupid. Sometimes it's low and slow and then it comes into a burning simmer. Burning simmer? It simmers into a I don't know what I'm saying. You get what I'm throwing down? I think so. But I liked that speech. Michaela is a babe. I get it. I really do. But now I feel bad for Kilmartin. Because he's a good guy. Is he a lightning bolt? No. But like Mommy Bridgerton said, we don't all need lightning bolts, okay? Just saying. But it could go her, could go Eloise, could go Cressida Kappa, because clearly she's going off somewhere. That's going to be a major storyline. There's too much focus on her for her not to have her own season or her play a big part in a season where she's going to evolve into something. And she's, oh, actually, you want to know what? Want to know what I would hope for? Because Cressida, we don't have a story for. This is the kind of fun thing with Bridgerton. If you've read the books, then naturally we have those storylines already set up for us as viewers/readers. But the in-between stories, like we got with Queen Charlotte, again, the best season, we can start playing around. One thing that we don't have, I believe, in the Bridgerton series is the whole Beauty and the Beast vibe. So maybe, even though Cressida is not like my favorite chickaroo, maybe we can have a Beauty and the Beast story, because I would love to have a beastly sort of man. And I don't consider the Duke from the first season to be beastly. I want, like, he's ostracized from society. People aren't trying to marry him or anything. People try to avoid him at all costs. And then we have our girl come in and she totally, like, completes him. Okay, that'd be my favorite season. But if it's with Cressida, it's with Cressida. If it's not, I'm just throwing it down to Shonda Rhimes here. Beauty and the Beast story. Trust me, we will love that. Chicks love that shit. Readers eat that shit up. Okay? Anywho, that's that. What else do I want to talk about? Ow! So when we're at the scene where, like, they're having the big old grand party, the sisters are having the party, and she comes out and she gets told in front of everybody that she's Lady Whistledown, and she's just kind of standing there for a moment, I'm really bugged that Colin just stood there. Like, he wasn't standing by her the whole time. We had that scene before all of this where they're, like, in the library in the morning after Francesca got married, and saying, like, I just need you to love me. I need you to stand by me. And then it kind of cuts away. And then we literally go to the ball, and he's literally and figuratively, I guess, not standing beside her. And then when she's ousted, she's doing it all on her own in front of people. Like, we get the pan over to him to see him. It looks like he's proud of her, but he doesn't even immediately come up to her. He should have ran to her. Are you kidding me? Or he should have come up to her while she was doing it, given her some sort of support. I don't know what it is, but I don't like Collin at all. I can't pinpoint it one specific thing, but this whole season, I don't like him. Okay? I don't like him. But anyways, I think that is all I have to say. Oh, I guess the side season could be Mommy Bridgerton too. There's a lot that's going to be going down. So, we shall see. We shall see. Anyways, I think that's it. I think that's, yeah. Sorry for nagging on it so much. If you enjoyed it, I'm happy for you. If you didn't enjoy it, rock on, man. Me too. Me frickin' too. But anywho, I'm gonna sign out here and check you guys later. Yeah. Bye.